today. We have time in the show, so we probably won't finish the team fully, but let's get a nice little foundation on our team refresher. Looking at a new NFL team every single day, seeing what they did last season, seeing what the offseason moves were looking like. Can we buy into this team? And then we walk through their schedule to give them an overall win total on what they're looking like. We've done 3 teams so far: the Saints, Broncos, Washington. If you want to see those, if you haven't seen those, haven't heard those, they are on our YouTube channel. So we got the Saints going 6-11, the Broncos going 10-7 or 11-6, and then we said Washington going 9-7, but their ceiling is truly 13-4 because they truly have some good winnable games on their schedule. Alrighty, so let's spin the wheel and let's see what team we will be refreshing today and looking into. So here we go. Wheel is spun, wheel is spinning, wheel is slowing down, and the team we're going to be looking at today, Washington. Well, we already done that, so a spin again. How we only did 3 teams and there's 32 teams and we get another spin. All right, so here we go. Wheel is spinning, wheel is slowing down, and the team we are going to be looking at today is the Oakland Raiders. All righty. So, big thing to talk about with the Raiders. Can Derek Carr play? Is Derek Carr a good quarterback? Because it's kind of 50-50 if you look at like social media and the media. Some people don't buy into him, say he's trash, but we just looked at his stats the other day and we were kind of getting behind this man. So let's kind of investigate Derek Carr quickly here. And let's kind of take a look at what this man was doing last season and see if we can buy into him. So that's probably what we're going to do at part 1 today, just focusing on Derek Carr. We have to get down to the nitty-gritty. Can we believe in Derek Carr? Because if we can, then we can start buying this team a little bit more. But if we can't even buy Derek Carr, then how are we going to buy the offensive weapons if we can't buy into the quarterback that's delivering them the ball? So let's look at Derek Carr's career stats, and then we'll start to watch some kind of tape and highlights on this man from last season. Alrighty, Derek Carr going into his, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going into his 9th season? Jeez, man, oh man. It's crazy, like, talking about players and then just seeing that they go back this far. It's a little bit of a wake-up call sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, going into his 8th season this year. Alrighty, last year, let's start talking about his numbers. 67% completion percentage. Folks, this is great. 67%. This is what we're talking about. This is absolutely great. 4,100 yards. Absolutely great. 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 3-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio. Folks, he's checking all the boxes that we love to see. Now, we are going to potentially have to revise some numbers. This is going to be kind of the make it or break it year, whether we have to really kind of revise our numbers. So what we kind of claim are good numbers and we'll still be claiming as good numbers this year in completion percentage, we want to see 62 to 65, but it's seeming like it's going to have to kind of get grown to kind of like 64 to like 67, but that's going to be kind of a story and a narrative to track for this year. But for our 62 to 65, he's right in there at 67. And, you know, even if we upgraded the numbers to 63 to 60 or 64 to 67, he's still there at the top of the good half of the numbers. So still great numbers there. We love to see 4,000 yards. Now with the extra game, it's going to be maybe like 4,200 yards. But once again, that's going to be something that we have to kind of track. But he had 4,100 last season. And then we love to see 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. And he had 3-to-1 at 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I don't really see that number changing. Obviously, you know, any better than 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio is absolutely fantastic. And Aaron Rodgers always does like fucking like 5-to-8 because he doesn't throw any picks. But this is great. 3-to-1, not throwing double-digit interceptions last season. Absolutely fantastic. Let's take it a year further at 2019. 70% completion percentage. 70? Fantastic. What Aaron Rodgers throws? Yes, give me that. Fantastic numbers. 4,000 yards in 2019 and 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Now, the touchdowns was a little light. I want to see you like 27 and above. Really want to see you in 30 passing touchdowns. And Derek Carr really doesn't do that. The most he's ever thrown in a season was 32, and that was his second year, 2015. So Derek Carr does need to score the ball a little bit more, but the accuracy and the yards are there this is something that we can build upon, definitely. And then let's take it back one more year, because this is when he started to really hit his stride. 2018, 2019, 2020. 2018, 68% completion percentage, 4,000 yards again, 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That is truly light. You have double-digit interceptions while not even throwing 20 touchdowns. So once again, the scoring, I am with y'all on. He does need to score the ball a little bit better, but pure passing stats, this is definitely something we can buy into. The last 3 years have been his best years. He's been getting better kind of every single season from 2018 all the way to last season. So we can kind of expect that trajectory to once again kind of keep climbing into the 2021 year. So I'm ready. I'm not ready to jump off of Derek Carr's ship. I'm ready to kind of keep buying into this man this year. But let's kind of take everything at full picture here. Yes, his stats are great. They didn't result into wins, unfortunately. That's something that is concerning here with Derek Carr. Over the last 3 years, great stats, but not getting it done in the win column. 4-12 in 2018, 7-9 in 2019, and 8-8 in 2020. Now you can't say he's been we have been saying he's been getting better every single year. Now that was with the addition of Jon Gruden, because in 2017 Jon Gruden wasn't there, correct? Oops, clicked the wrong link there. 2017. Did I click the wrong one again? I did it twice. All right, here we go. 2017. The head coach for the Raiders was Jack Del Rio. So once Jon Gruden got there in 2018, that's when we started to see a little bit of a liftoff of Derek Carr. Now, the wins was never there with Jon Gruden. Started at 4-12, 7-9, then last season 8-8. But, I mean, that is getting better every single year. It's not great leaps, and it's taking, it's sweet-ass time to get good. But it is a little bit of a silver lining, a little bit of a green flag that Jon Gruden's been winning more games every single season. Something that we can decently buy into, but not kind of get too excited about. Because we've seen Jack Del Rio go that's 3-13. Never mind. He went 12-3. That was his best season. So once again, Jack Del Rio never really had a good season, 12-3, but that was really it. And Jack Del Rio never had Derek Carr playing well, 62% completion percentage, 63, 61, 58. That's all under Jack Del Rio. 3,200 yards, 3,900 yards, 3,900 yards, 3,400 yards. That's all under Jack Del Rio. Nothing great like we just saw these last 3 years. So once again, another decent silver lining here overall between Derek Carr and Jon Gruden. But we have to start seeing wins this year. We can't just keep having, solid stats, but mediocre record, average-ish record. That's not something that we're ever going to buy into. We have to see you start winning games. Let's quickly look at what this roster was, because this offense was, because the numbers passing wise were great last season. Let's see where they ranked offensively compared to the rest of the league, and then we'll start watching some Derek Carr highlights to see, is the play on the field matching the stats that we've been seeing the last 3 years. But first, let's see what the offense was looking like. Where was this Raiders offense ranked? So here we go. They had the 10th best ranked offense according to Pro Football Reference. They put up 6,000 yards, and the average was 5,700, so 400 yards more than the average. That's pretty gosh dang good. Passing wise, they put up 4,200 yards passing. The average was 3,800, so 400 more than the average. That's fantastic. The rushing game, they put up 1,900 yards, and the average was 1,900. So the rushing game wasn't anything special, even though that we do know they have a solid running back in Josh Jacobs, and I believe they now have a good running back number 2 in Kenyon Drake, but this was last season, so let's see who they had on their team last year at the running back. We know Josh Jacobs, but I don't believe they had a solid number 2 running back. So let's see if we can quickly find their other running back out here. May have to go to this. Let me do this. We do believe in Kenyon Drake, and we always believe in, Josh Jacobs. So we can expect this Raiders rushing game to be a little bit better than what it was last year, and hopefully it's a little bit better than the average overall of what all the teams do. So they had Jalen Richard last season as running back number 2. Nothing great. Let's see what he did last season in terms of just production. Jalen Richard. Alrighty, he only had 123 yards, never started a game, just kind of an average, not even an average. I mean, this is like a tier 4, a tier 4 running back in this league, folks. Nothing great. But they bring in Kenyon Drake. He is now their second running back, and he's going to be absolutely fantastic. We can definitely buy into Kenyon Drake 100% for this Raiders team. So we've got Josh Jacobs, running back number 2, and Kenyon Drake, running back number 3, and then Jalen Richard, running back number 3, which is exactly where he belongs, really. But let's get up Kenyon Drake's career stats because they are very, very good. Just played with the Cardinals last season, and he had 955 yards. Absolutely fantastic. Never broken 1,000 yards, unfortunately, but never was the fully starting running back for any team. When he played for the Dolphins, he was never the main starter. The most that he started was like 6-7 games. Last season, started 13 games, only played 15, and had 955 yards. So if you extrapolate that to a full 16-game starting season, we're talking about Kenyon Drake as a 1,000-yard rusher, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have seen Kenyon Drake catch the ball at a solid pace in 2018, catching for 477 yards. So we can be a little bit of a dual threat running back while having Josh Jacobs be absolutely explosive out there. So if John Gruden can kind of get the run game incorporated a little bit while still maintaining the great success, or right now let's call it decent success, of the passing game, this could be a very, 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 very good offense overall for this Raiders team, which is something that, you know, you obviously have to win games. You got to score points. Alrighty, before we get into, we are going to watch Derek Carr. We are definitely going to do that. But let's see what this Raiders defense was doing, because why did they only have 8 wins? We just saw a top 10 offense. The running back was great. The quarterback was great. But why were they just losing games? So let's quickly take a look at where this Raiders defense ranked. Is that the problem that we need to be focusing on? So let's see what the Raiders were like last season compared to everybody else. So the Raiders, their defense ranked, oh my God, there it is right here, folks. They ranked 30th. They had the 30th best defense. Only worse were the Jags and the Lions. Trash. The Cowboys defense was better than the Raiders defense. That's bad. So let's take a look at these Raiders defensive numbers. Here we go. Alrighty, 6,200 yards given up, and the average was 5,700, so 500 more yards than the average. That's trash. They gave up 478 points defensively. The average was 396. That's almost 100 more points allowed. That's definitely not going to get it done. Alright, in the passing game, they gave up 4,200 yards, and the average was 3,800 given up. So once again, 400 more yards than the average given up. That's trash. Rushing, they gave up 2,000 rushing yards, and the average was 1,900. So once again, giving up more rushing yards, giving up more passing yards, giving up almost 100 more points. That is absolutely trash defense by this Raiders team. So John Gruden, he may know offense, he may know, quarterback camp with John Gruden, but you need to get this defense right on track, or once again, you're just going to be 8-8. You just can't win with one facet of the game, either offense or defense, or even special teams. You must be, offensively good, defensively good, and that's where the best teams are that can continue to win games consistently in this league. So we got to see, when we kind of, look at this Raiders team defense, what they did in the draft, what they did in free agency, what they just did in the offseason. We need to see their defense get even better than what it was last year, because it was absolutely trash last year. But let's kind of finish off here with Derek Carr. We have to see, can this man play? First of all, we saw top 10 offense. We saw great stats. But let's see what he's looking like on film. What is he making great throws? Are these all just dink and dunk? Are they all just won by the wide receiver? Is Derek Carr just an absolute garbage passer, but, good weapons around him make him look better? So let's watch Derek Carr. Let's see, do they have lowlights on this man? I like to try to always watch lowlights as well as highlights, but it does not look like he has a video on his lowlights, so we will have to watch his highlights. All right, here we go. 2020 highlights here of Derek Carr. 15 minutes. We won't watch the entire thing. We'll skip around, but let's just watch how this man is passing the ball. How is he throwing the ball? And let's see if if what we're seeing on the field is matching the stats that we just saw. So here we go. Play 1 against this Carolina team floating the ball, fantastic, wide open, putting it absolutely on the money and getting the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line, 2 yard line. Henry Ruggs getting wide open, and he just puts it right on the money. I mean, this is an absolute beautiful ball. You couldn't have really thrown it any better than what he did, and it gets all the way down to the 2 yard line because of that. Fantastic. All right, against the Panthers again, the fade. Oh, look at that. Absolutely drops it right in the great breadbasket. Look at this, folks. I mean, one-on-one matchup, taking the opportunity, and he delivers the ball absolutely perfectly. Perfectly. Fantastic. Who is that? Is that Nelson Aguilar? Who we got on that squad? Whoever it is, they went up and got the ball. We love it. All right, there we go. Back out of the backfield, Josh Jacobs. I mean, just easy peasy. Slant route over the middle of the field. Derek Carr puts it right on the money. Here we go, in the end zone. Bingo, bango. Look at this. Sprinting out. This man's falling back, sprinting back, delivers the ball with great accuracy and precision and just velocity on the ball and gives it to his kind of fullback there on the goal line. Here we go, back in the red zone, down by 10 to the Saints, and just, oof, this is a tough throw right here. Very low, but I mean, he throws it exactly where it needs to be. Luckily, the defender, the corner on him, the safety, wasn't really playing the ball. Definitely could have been broken up or picked, but overall a touchdown, so we give him a little bit of credit there. Here we go, just great touch on the ball. Here we go, play action on the 1 yard line. That's easy. He leaks out. Who was that? Darren Waller leaking out. Big old number 83, great tight end right there. Alrighty, inside the 30-yard line against the Patriots, standing tall in the pocket, and look at the finesse on this ball. Look at the finesse that he throws this ball with. Great pace, just got it there before the safety could come over, and that's a touchdown all day. Bingo, bango. Look at him go up and get that ball. Great touch on it, exactly where it needed to be. Whew, looked to be a little bit too much inside, but in the slow-mo, that's right on the money. Right, great. Here we go. Play action on the goal line. That's too easy. Easy peasy. Against the Patriots, again, play action pass. Derek Carr slinging the ball. I mean, he's got great velocity on this ball over the middle. Receiver does the rest for about 15 yards extra. What else do we get here? Against the Patriots again. They're getting absolutely blown out. I mean, we know this defense is bad when you're giving up 36 points against this Patriots team. This is awful. And not capitalizing on any drives. I mean, you got 13 points so far. What the hell is going on? 2 minutes left in the game. Trash. So Derek Carr right here in the red zone just gets it off. Great pass. Where it needs to be. Unfortunately, the game was over at this point. So not really anything great. All right, against the Bills, set up screen right there. Nothing great. Here we go. Play action pass in the red zone. Great touch. Once again, the accuracy on this ball and where he's placing this ball and where the ball has to be to be able to make secure catches by the receivers. It's getting it done, and he's looking solid in the red zone as well. Against the Bills again, stepping up in the pocket, letting it fly. He's got a great arm, and he makes it just look so easy. It's looking like he's barely even throwing this ball, but the velocity and how far this ball is traveling, it just looks effortless from Derek Carr. So he's got a real strong, great arm right there. Trusts his wide receivers, which we absolutely love. Here we go. A little underthrown here. Definitely could have put this more in the back of the end zone, but overall it is a touchdown it's a catch for a touchdown, so you have to give the man a little bit of a credit on 4th and 1. Once again, the game's over here at this point. Down 14 with a minute 30 left in the game. It's over, but it's still, some solid kind of passing. All right, here we go against the Chiefs. What do we get here? Going deep. Underthrew the ball a little bit there, but I mean, these great receivers, Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow, going up and getting the ball whenever they see it. It's pretty solid, but he is underthrowing some of these balls. Would like to see him kind of, put it exactly where it needs to be. Even right here, it's a tad underthrown. He's going very, very deep. It's just a tad, minuscule underthrown right here. Let's count the yards on this one. Throwing it from his own 35-yard line, getting it all the way down to about the 25-yard line. So 15 and 25. I mean, we're only talking 40 yards still. It goes for a touchdown, so we still give him credit. It's just a tad underthrown, and that's something that we have been seeing here. So even a tad underthrown on a wide open ball, it's still slightly alarming, slightly red flags. Here we go in the red zone on the from what do we got? The 5-yard line. I mean, just slinging it right in there, exactly where the ball needs to be, high and away, and that's a great touchdown in the end zone. Here we go, going deep as well. Right here. Now there we go. Not overthrowing, not underthrowing, exactly on the money. And it goes for the touchdown. And we do know the Raiders do beat the Chiefs here in this game. All right, here we go. He gets open right here over the middle of the field. Tie game. Delivers the ball. This is all just, I believe that's Darren Waller doing his thing. Up here by 6 points. Derek Carr still wanting to go deep. Once again, wide open right there. Hunter Renfrow. All right, what else do we get here? Let's kind of skip around a little bit. This is all early in the season, so let's go a little bit later in the season. Are we still seeing the same things? So let's skip around a little bit. Let's go all the way up to here. Now we're at like week 13, week 14-ish. Let's see what Derek Carr is still doing. Wide open. That's an absolute beautiful ball right there. Jeez Louise, 25 yards down the right sideline. Absolute wide open. Absolute perfect on the money ball. On the money ball right here to score from the 21-yard line. Bingo, bango. Great touch. Kind of tight closing coverage. Safety's coming over the top, and he's able to avoid the linebacker in the middle of the field for the touchdown. All right, down 3 to the Colts here. What do we got? Derek Carr dumps it off. That's Darren Waller open, doing his thing. 20-yard catch over the middle of the field. Here we go, back in the red zone. Derek Carr standing tall in the pocket, running out to the left, decides to take off for it, and he's got some solid speed. You got to watch out for this man. He's not, an elite dual threat. He's not in the kind of elite top 5 of, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson. But he's kind of, Ryan Tannehill-esque, Baker Mayfield-esque running the ball. Here we go against the Chargers. He sees them, puts it right on the money. That's absolutely fantastic. On the goal line right here, goes over the pile. Strong Derek Carr. Love seeing that. Here we go. Once again to Darren Waller. You just throw it up to this man. That's why, he's got great tall, he's got speedy wide receivers. He really has an abundance of talent around him to just lay the ball however he needs to. If he just needs to fling it up 50 yards on the field because he's got the speed, or you just throw it up to 6'6" Darren Waller, he's got all the options. Here we go, over the middle of the field, just delivers it right on the money. This is great accuracy. Bingo, bango, exactly where it needed to be. A little bit of a comeback route over the middle of the field, and you stick it right in his chest. Here we go. This is a great one right here to Darren Waller. This ball is absolutely placed fantastic. The defender can't even make a play on the ball. It's just right outside of his reach and right into Darren Waller's kind of one arm. That could have been a one-arm catch. That's fantastic. Alrighty, another one just going up to Darren Waller. Look at this. This is good coverage. This is good coverage. Look at this. He's draped all over him. It's just Darren Waller is 6'6" and is great at catching the ball and going up and finding the ball. Darren Waller is torching this Dolphins defense right now. Derek Carr with the pump fake, stands in the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field. Look at all this time, and he still keeps his eyes down the field to launch the ball to a wide receiver. Who is that? I think that's Nelson Agholor, number 15, and he just does the rest right there for the touchdown. Yes, sir, that's Nelson Agholor. Once again, just trusting his receivers. That's the best thing that we've seen from Derek Carr here is just he's got a lot of one-on-one opportunities, like we said, because you've just got great wide receivers all over you, tall, fast, strong, absolutely, and you just throw it up here. That's a 50-50 ball. Nelson Agholor one-on-one on Xavier Howard, I believe, or Byron Jones, but it's just Nelson Agholor catching 50-50 balls. Derek Carr, it's Byron Jones that he beat. But, you're just giving your wide receivers a chance. Your great playmakers a chance. And that's why we love Derek Carr, because he gives you an opportunity. Look at this fucking ball right here. Jeez Louise. Throwing it from his own 30-yard line, getting it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's 55 yards clean, folks. This is not overthrown. This is not underthrown. Unfortunate the receiver just fell down. That should have been a touchdown. Nelson Agholor, why are you dropping down to the ground to catch this ball? Catch this in stride and finish off the last 5 yards for the touchdown, but that's an absolute beauty there. But I don't think we have to worry about the arm. And once again, right here, take the one-on-one matchup, Darren Waller over whoever it is. It's a wrap. It's a touchdown, giving your receivers a chance. So I truly think we do buy into Derek Carr this season. We just have to see the defense get a little bit better. Once again, 50-50 ball, throwing it. It's a one-on-one matchup. Darren Waller, I'm taking that. Or that's not Darren Waller. Whoever that is, I'm giving them their opportunity too. Gosh damn. All right, what do we get here? I mean, once again, we're getting great throws here by Derek Carr, but here we go. In the fourth quarter, they're down by 7 points, 31-24 against the Broncos. How do you give up 31 points against the Broncos last season with Drew Lock? That should be nothing that you should be worried about, but this Raiders defense desperately needs to be way, way better. Let's finish off Derek Carr here. We got another minute left here in the highlights. That's a great touch on the ball, right, draping it right over the defender right there, right in the hands of the receiver. You got to give him credit. On the goal line, here we go, fitting it in there, squeezing it in there real gosh dang tight. Is that Darren Waller on the front of the goal line? That is Darren Waller on the front of the goal line. Trust that man to go catch that ball. Yes, sir, real tight window there on the goal line. So I believe we give Derek Carr the benefit of the doubt. I believe we rock with him, and we believe in him this season, but we have to see that defense get better, and we will investigate that in part 2 when we finish up the Raiders tomorrow in our Raiders team refresher. So I think we can give Derek Carr his respect and his credit. Obviously, he has to score a little bit more points, but you have a better defense, gives you sets you up into some better field goal range, field position range, and Derek Carr can take advantage to scoring some more touchdowns because the defense is getting some good takeaways and some good field position. So we'll see what that defense is looking like tomorrow on the show, and what else the Raiders did in the offseason.